Hello, everybody, and Happy New Year. I wish you all the best, and I hope that 2021 is going to be an amazing year. Um, this is past midnight here in California, and I wanted to do a quick live because just a few hours ago, we have the news that the proclamations were extended, and this is something that we were expecting, and it it actually happened. So the news is that both proclamations were extended. Just be here. The ones from, if you remember, we had the proclamation in April that essentially prevented the entry of mostly family members, the parents of U.S. citizens, spouses of green card holders, and now we have the June proclamation that barred entry of certain people on visas. So certain people on H's, J visas, and so forth. So both of these proclamations were extended just a few hours ago, all the way through March 31st. So again, this is something that we anticipated, unfortunately, and I mentioned it in the previous videos as well that I've done here and on Instagram. So welcome everybody. First of all, that was watching this live. I appreciate all of you. So what does it mean actually? What does it mean to most of you here? It's definitely means that we're going to see more delays at consulates and embassies right now. That we were hoping that it's going to be more of a kind of a release in the backlog. So that's not gonna change. And of course, we have a lot of our clients that were waiting. Specifically spouses of green card holders under the F2A category. We're seriously hoping that this ban is going to be over and they'll be able to start getting their appointments. The good news is that President-elect Biden, is going to take office on January 20th. So we're hoping that between January 20th and maybe the 10 days after that or the few weeks after that, he's going to be able to reverse most of these proclamations, specifically those travel ones, and hopefully we're not going to have to wait until March 31st to be able to take action and for people to be able to come here. The reason, people asking what was the reasons that he cited. So he said that the entry of foreigners deemed to be detrimental to the interests of the U.S. The economy is not doing well, according to him, and getting more foreigners entering here currently is going to make things even worse. He also stated that this proclamation is necessary. The extension is necessary because of it's a matter of ongoing national concern because of the pandemic and the rates of unemployment and the numbers are rising. So that's kind of essentially what he did. Remember that he waited pretty much until late in the evening. It was almost, I think, 8 or 7 p.m. when this was announced, and a lot of people were concerned. I was getting a lot of text messages and emails from clients, which was very concerned about this. But the impact of this is that the travel bans are in force. So the travel bans are still in force. Whatever proclamations we had in April is standing, and also the one that was released in June as well. So specifically, we are dealing here with the ban on entry of family members. There's a list of family members on the April proclamation that, and again, remember that there are exceptions. There are national interest exceptions. So even if you are subject to the proclamation, you can still apply for the exceptions. We were doing those exceptions, for the past 6 months. but it's not a clear message. It's not a positive message to start the year. I know a lot of people are being disappointed, but it was expected. It was expected from Trump to do something, something drastic like that in the last weeks of his presidency. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I have to deliver this bad news, but it is what it is. But remember, I firmly believe that after January 20th, when Biden is going to take over, the first steps are going to be reversing these proclamations because, like I said, this is definitely hurting our economy. We have a lot of people that are trying to come here on work visas that are not being able to do so just because of those proclamations. But specifically, it's hurting a lot of family members who are being stuck overseas or not being able to join their families. Specifically, the F2A categories, spouses of green card holders, and I really feel bad for them. So, this is what it is. I'm sure we're going to have more details in the next week or so as to exactly what that means, what other things are going to happen, what other things he's going to do before he leaves office. So this was expected. So my first video of the year is literally 15 minutes past midnight here in California. My first video of the year, and that's announcing the extension of the proclamation, specifically the ones that were issued in April and the June proclamation. Those two are being extended right now. And again, like I said, it was expected, so it doesn't really change much for the people that were part of it. It's pretty much the same thing. But if you are subject to those proclamations, I highly encourage you to see if you are qualified to any of the exceptions, and you're still going to be able to come. So let me take a couple of questions. We have a lot of good things coming up for you guys in our YouTube channel. We're going to do more lives. I'm going to have probably on Thursdays, I'm going to do a Q&A where I'm going to be able to bring you on a video as well. So you can come on video and you're going to be able to ask me questions right here live. So we're going to start this from next week. Next week. So let me take a few questions. Let me see here. Mahwish is, can I get a visa interview in Pakistan? EB3, my case is NVC last year. Is there any way? So you're still subject to the ban. So if you didn't have a visa before, you're not able to get an interview. And unless Biden reverses it, you're going to have to wait until March. Wonder is asking, what about DV 2020? You already got visas. Does that apply to them? So remember, just like in the old, just before the proclamation was issued, if you already have a visa issued, you should be okay, and you should be able to enter. So those people that already have visas issued, if you were able to get an interview, the bar is not impacting you. So Abikam Ibrahimi, how about the effects of 21 winners? Also, how about expectation of Biden about this extension? So the 2021 winners is not impacting them right now. This is just an entry bar. It's basically a ban on who can enter the U.S., specifically referring to the April and the June bans. And I've done videos on that, and you'll be able to see that as well. With respect to what Biden is going to do, as I mentioned before, I firmly believe that he's going to reverse it. Specifically in the first 30 days. Good question from Nasir. How about interview, wife, and husband case? So if they're a spouse of a U.S. citizen, they're not impacted at all. But spouses of green card holders, F2A, they are impacted. New City Live, can Biden take care of this extension? So I do believe that Biden, when he comes into power, he will reverse it. Stanley is asking how I can contact you to help me with my process. So any of you who are interested in contacting me, I will post our phone number at the description of this video. you can send us a text at 619-483-4549, 619-483-4549, and I'm going to post the phone number in the description of this video. There's also going to be a link if you want to schedule a consultation, and I'm happy to help you guys. Anish is asking, what about F2A visas? Unfortunately, F2A visas are barred. Spouses of green card holders who have not received their visas have to wait overseas until either Biden reverses this or until March 31st, when this is going to be over. There's no update on the White House. Here goes this. I haven't seen the actual update on the White House website yet, but this was announced in the media, and there was a press release that the president did, so that's how we know about it. The European bans are still in place. As far as we know, the travel bans from Europe are still in place until further notice. All right. Does this affect K1 visas? It does not affect K1 visas. So it's a great question. So the travel bans, even in April and even in June, they were not part of, they did not affect K1 visas. Even though there were embassies and consulates that did specify that they're not issuing interviews for K1 visas because of the proclamations, it is a mistake. Those travel bans are not impacting K1 visas. K1 visas are non-immigrant visas. So if you have a K1 visa and you're not able to get an interview for whatever reason, you can file an expedited request, and we do many of those expedited requests at our office. So in any case, this was just a quick live to give you an update. Once again, those of you that are joining us right now, I wanted to let you know that the travel bans have been extended both April and June, which means that people that are subject to those proclamations are not able to enter the US. It does not apply to K1 visas. So yeah, so once again, Happy New Year, guys. I'm excited to create more videos for you. I'm very grateful for this community. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, there's a link in the description of this video, how to schedule a consultation with me. And we will start to do a live show on Thursdays where we're going to be answering your questions on video. You'll be able to come on video and be here with me, and I can talk to you, and I want to see you, and I want to thank you in person for being a supporter. So once again, Happy New Year. You guys are the best, and I look forward to connecting with you in 2021. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.